how dating coaching can actually help. As a professional matchmaker who has been introducing singles for over a decade, I can confess that there is always a reason why people are single. For some singles, yes, it's prioritizing other spheres of their lives, for example, focusing on their careers. And since COVID, many people work from home and they simply don't get a chance to actually meet someone new, and they rely too much on destiny. They think that if it will be meant to be, if love is meant to happen, then they will actually walk into someone while buying groceries, or while they stay in line to pick up dry clean, or in gym out of a sudden in their block of house where their gym is located. Somebody new will show up and it will be love at first sight. So with such singles, yes, you kind of have to push them to leave their comfort zone and to actually go there to meet singles, to force situations where you can meet someone new, to try online dating, to attend speed dating events, or yes, maybe hire a matchmaker and get these dates, because the lifestyle doesn't give an opportunity to meet many new people who are single, who are of the exact age group, and who are looking for marriage. But with some singles, the reason why they can't meet someone or why they can't build a relationship is not the fact that there are not enough good candidates around them. It's their attitude, it's lack of flirting skills, many other reasons why they are single. Very often, men and women, they miss great candidates. I have seen it with so many coaching clients. For example, a coaching client of mine, she's a lawyer, and a man, her client, he wanted to ask her out for weeks, and she was reluctant to see the signals that he is actually interested, and I had to actually push her to try to give it a chance and to go out with him, and they have been dating for 5 months since that very first date. So with some people, yes, as a dating coach, I force them to actually look who is out there around. And many people, they have totally unrealistic expectations. For example, they want to fall in love with the picture. They want a special sign, a rainbow, a unicorn riding. They want this magical fairy tale insta love. And they forget that soulmates are created, they are made. They're not just found. You can't just find a soulmate, like, for example, your father and mother who have been married for 40 years. You can't have that by looking at her and admiring her beautiful blue eyes. No, it doesn't happen like that. So dating coaching, really, people need it. If you are single and you are single for quite a long time, then it makes sense to try to dig deeper to find out what is actually wrong with your attitude. Sometimes it is about attitude, sometimes it's about your expectations regarding love, or expectations about dating, flirting, so you expect one thing and reality is totally different. And sometimes men and women, they create this unrealistic criteria. For example, men believe that he should date someone in her 20s, like late 20s or middle 20s, and he's 45 years old. And of course, women in their 20s who are okay with this huge age difference, they come up with a certain territory. So they want to date him not because he believes he looks so good for his age, he's so smart, etc. They are open to date him because he can take them places boys their age can't afford. And as a matchmaker, I have to dig deeper with this client to find the core of the problem. Why exactly this age group? He can date women in their 30s, and yes, there will be competition. It won't be that easy because nowadays there are so many dating gurus who claim that women in their 30s they are like leftovers and nobody wants to date them. Of course, it is not so. And if she is beautiful, smart, accomplished, she will have tons of possibilities to date men her age, younger men, older men, etc. We are not going there. But again, if this man in his 40s out of a sudden he believes that he's entitled to have a girlfriend who's 25 years old and he won't settle for anything than 25 years old, as his dating coach, I will have to show him his options, which type of women he can date, the territories that comes with this group of women he chooses to date. My other clients who have chosen women of these or those age groups, what was the difficulties, what was the end result. So dating coaching can be a huge dramatic change for you, of course, if you actually follow all the tips and advice that your dating coach shares with you. Then you will be able to approach women, then you will be able to actually distinguish which type of women you should approach or you shouldn't approach, your attitude, how to prepare yourself to the date, because so often people go out on dates in a totally wrong mood, and then they feel turned off, that they don't feel this chemistry or butterflies in the stomach. But it is not the fault of the lady in front of you. It's your fault, because you went to this date unprepared. You brought the wrong mood, the wrong attitude, and of course you are not enjoying yourself because you're out with the wrong attitude or with the wrong woman, or the timing was wrong. You didn't create this romantic atmosphere to start with, because romance and chemistry, it is handmade. It doesn't come as a given with a beautiful blonde. No, it's all about your attitude and about your perception. We are currently working with this gentleman. He is our matchmaking client, and all our matchmaking packages, they come up with coaching, so we include coaching. And like many other men before, he said that I don't need coaching, just give me the matches. And he is the guy who has fallen for numerous mistakes. So he was a record breaker as a guy who made mistakes last year. So everything started with Instagram. I've told him that don't share your Instagram with the ladies. Don't subscribe to every woman you meet. Don't like her photos. Don't show her your Instagram. Try to get to know her step by step, because all those photos, they don't share a story. You have to meet a person in real life or a Zoom date, and then step by step you can establish this connection and learn more things about each other, because it is one thing to see the picture that, oh, she went skiing to France. It's another thing to actually talk to each other and naturally to find out that, oh, you like skiing, me too. See, you already building a connection. And then to discuss, where do you like to go to ski, how often do you do it, and perhaps you will find out that you actually went skiing at the same area but 2 weeks apart, and you had a chance to meet earlier but you have met only now. You're building chemistry by discussing it. And by just giving your Instagram to a woman, it's like, see, that's me skiing, that's me driving, that's me riding, that's me at Hawaii, that's me in Tokyo, that's me in Paris. It's like boasting, and these pictures, they are flat. You don't share any stories while sharing it. And he tried to do that because, well, it's lazy. It's kind of you send this link to Instagram and you believe that this is enough for her to fall for you. And of course, chemistry is not created. For example, to tell a lady that, you know what, I'm not sure I want to get married eventually. And this man, he wants to get married, but he told me later that in his opinion, if he would tell a woman that he is actually marriage-minded, a woman can become really clingy. And she will think that he is not an alpha male. She will think that he's desperate, etc. And of course, when a man tells a woman who is marriage-minded, who is serious about establishing a relationship, a connection that can lead to something lasting, meaningful, and beautiful, when she hears that, you know what, I don't want to get married, for her it is a huge red flag that this guy is not marriage material. He's not a boyfriend material. Why to invest your time into someone who doesn't want to date you, who doesn't want to reach the same level of commitment as you do? So, of course, it was a huge turn off. And many other small mistakes that were like red flags for decent women who, of course, showed less interest the more he was falling for these mistakes. A dating coach, a professional dating coach, and a matchmaker can actually help you see these mistakes, because very often we are unaware that we have fallen for them. We don't know that we are doing it. I have been working with this client, and he was very pushy on dates. So he tried to sell himself so hard, and he was actually a nice guy, but he believed that because he is such a nice guy, women were dismissing him, friend-zoning him. So now he decided to change his strategy and to become this pushy person who is asking lots of questions, who demands all the attention, who tell that right now I will tell you how our relationship is going to evolve. And of course, it was a huge turn off. For example, now and then we are working with a man or a woman as a matchmaking or coaching client, and this person, the date goes well, but this person's clings to a single moment that in his opinion is slightly less positive or negative, and the rest of the date he thinks about this negative moment and of course ruins the date. And at every date you can find something negative. It's impossible to have a perfect date if you're 100% honest with yourself. It's impossible to have a date when you don't have awkward moments because, you're meeting someone new and you don't know how your personalities will come along. You don't know the other person yet. You try to be on your best behavior. And it is, yes, a nerve-wracking experience. So it's normal to have some downs on the date, but some people, they cling so much to these downs, like the moment there is an awkward silence, such men and women, they dismiss their date as not romantic enough, not good enough, the bad one, because there was a single negative moment. And when we start working with such clients and help them see all the positives, it's like an eye-opening experience, like, oh, I have missed so many great candidates because I was concentrating on these negative aspects. I didn't know I was doing that. So dating coaching can be a good idea if you want to learn, first of all, how to date in a smart way, to analyze your dating experience. Is there a pattern why, for example, you keep choosing and attracting wrong type of women? Why you keep falling for wrong type of women? Why you can't build chemistry? Why you don't feel attracted to women who show interest in you? Or, for example, you choose to fall for women who ignore you completely. This is how dating coaching can help you. I wish you lots of love. Svetlana Mucha, especially for Diolli.com. If you want to get a complimentary consultation with a matchmaker, you can fill in the form below this video. Don't forget to subscribe and to press like to get notifications about new videos that I'm filming specially for you. I will see you in the next one.